Hello, we are talking about three books again. So, hi. If you clicked on this video because of the title, you might not be at very good place right now, and you might be feeling ki these are the six things that I need to do in order to fix my life. I've been there. I'm still there somehow. Today, I'm going to talk about three books that I have read in past 2 years and which had helped me immensely to be a more creative, more expressive person. For context, I'm a visual designer and an illustrator by profession, and I write and make videos sometimes. The first book is Tiny Experiments. It's written by Anne-Laure Cunff. She is ex-Google employee and turned into neuroscientist, turned into author. This book is so good that Atomic Habits can go back because its mother has just walked in. This book is small and practical. This book essentially talks about a linear setting and predictive outcome system that have been ingrained within us. For example, we people start thinking, "Ki I will run a marathon," but how? Then I will start posting today, and in 3 months I will have this many followers. Or the more traditional ones. By 22, I will have this job. By 25, I will have a wife. By 30, I will have a home. That's linear goal setting. Ki it's already decided that you want to go from point A to point B, but don't know how. You are not sure ki if the point B is your own goal or it came from within or source of it is somewhere outside of you. Society, your people, your friends. Who? This book essentially talks about how linear goal setting system is broken. No, what's our next step? We are faced with uncertainty, ambiguity, and on the face of uncertainty, there are two places that people go. The first one is fear, and the second one is curiosity. The first one comes very naturally because we as human want to know ki where are we going, want to know if this is a danger, if this is a safe space to be. And the curiosity the curiosity mindset is like, oh, this is interesting. Let's see where this takes us. That is very unnatural place to be because our because of our history where we are coming from as a human being. The tiny experiments gives you tool to navigate through those uncertain period of your life, and she's using everything, her own anecdotes, other people's stories, cognitive theories, and everything she could have find to make people more curious during uncertain times. Example, this is a graph she used in the book where she talks about how can you be in an experimental mindset and what it takes. So if you have very high ambition and low curiosity, which means you have very rigid mindset, okay, this is how things are supposed to be, then you are perfectionist kind. And fear of not looking perfect and fear of not knowing enough does the same thing to you. They don't let you act, or they don't let you finish. If you have low curiosity and low ambition, then you are kind of in a cynic mindset where you are jealous of everyone who are trying to do something in their life. You are jealous of anything. Please look into yourself. It's telling something about you. This book does not only talk about curiosity, it also talk about how to work on your ambition by looking into yourself. There's a word that she introduced in the book. It's called warm curiosity, and I love it. It's not like hustling curiosity. It's warm. You want to know things, but slowly. That's really pretty. If you are into high curiosity and low ambition space, then you are in escapist mindset where you want to do multiple things. You are curious about a lot of things, but you don't have a ambition strong enough for you to work on it. So you might be escaping that by shopping, by doom scrolling, by indulging in different activities other than your goals, other than you what you want to do. And finally, if you are into a zone of high curiosity and high ambition, where you are constantly thinking about, okay, this is what I want to do, And this might be the process. Let's not be very rigid about this and see where it takes me. Then you are in experimental zone. And this is the best place to be. This book has changed my life in big and small ways. I was not cooking at all at home before reading this book. 2 months ago, I decided to cook all my meals at home, all three meals, mind you. And I announced it on Twitter for accountability. And I did that. And it's been 2.5 months, and I've been cooking all my meals at home. And I was amazed ki how can I do this? How am I able to do this? And my family was also amazed. So that was nice. Okay, so I'm only functional when I have a structure. So this book has helped me make my own structure. It has not given me a structure कि ये करो ये करो और solve हो जाएगा सब नहीं. इस This book has just gave me tools to be curious and try things, not thinking about the end goal. कि okay, how can I cook 3 meals a day when I have not cooked throughout my life? So this is not. This book has gave me freedom to be a new person and shock everybody else, including me. Let's talk about second book, which is very popular. Everybody on the internet has read it, including Dochi. And it has introduced concepts like morning pages, stream of subconscious thoughts, and artist state. It's the artist state. This is kind of a 12-week workshop for people who are blocked artists, people who have practiced art in their past but are not practicing it right now, but they have found a life in the periphery of art. And you might think, "Ki, how finding your way to art can be so structured because art is very intuitive thing." But read this book and you will know okay, how structure will help you to be yourself again. Only thing with this book is it mentions God a lot, a lot. So if you are a spiritual being, then you might like this book. But if you are not, then you might find it a bit off-putting. Julia, the writer of the book, has mentioned that if you are not a spiritual person, then you can replace that word God with energy or the flow, etc. Okay. Best thing about this book is it asks you questions, and the best thing about this book is it asks you very specific questions, and which makes you reflect on your wishes and on your past. For example, something like this or like this. Like this paragraph from this book, and it goes, as we lose our vagueness about ourselves, our values, our life, our situation, we become available to the moment. Art lies in the moment of encounter. We meet our truth and we meet ourselves. We meet ourselves and we meet our self expression. The shift in taste and perception frequently accompany shift in identity. When the search and discard impulse seizes you, two cross currents are at work. The old you is leaving and grieving, while the new you celebrates and goes strong. Long seated depression breaks up like an ice flow. Long frozen feelings thaw, melt, cascade, flood, often overrun their container. You. You may find yourself feeling volatile and changeable. You are. I love this paragraph. I have marked the whole page. Also has a contract for you to sign before you start reading this book. Uh, it's here. And if you decide to read this book and you don't want to go through that 12-week of workshop, then please just do the morning pages and the artist date. Spend time with yourself, and there are other things apart from the workshop thing. There are definitions, there are tools to understand yourself, even if you don't want to follow anything, but still follow the morning pages. Okay, that's it. Let's move on to the third book, which is The Creative Act by Rubin. I love that man. I love this book. Seen Rick Rubin either in this meme or a video where he talks about what do you do? Nothing. So do you make music? Nothing. Do you do this? Nothing. He says that. And in this book, he picks up the basic definitions of attention, practice, and gives a new meaning to it. Um, this book is all meditation. It's about awareness, and it's so easy to read. It flows. It's very very good. I I I'm so excited that I'm unable to talk properly, but I cannot understand how people take such complex things and make it so simple to understand. I know why people pay him so much. So he talks about subconscious, self-doubt, distraction, collaborations, patience, beginner's mind, everything that you know already. But when you look at things with Rick Rubin's perspective and his definition, everything changes. I don't have enough things to say about this book because I cannot form a proper sentence, but this book is a gem. Everyone should read it. I will show you everything that I have underlined from this book. That would be enough. Okay, so those were all three books that I have read in the span of 2 years, and every book has changed me in some way. I love all three of them, but I would highly recommend to read Tiny Experiments because it has changed my life like this. I have read this. By reading this, I was changing with it. Uh, I will be here next Thursday again. See you. Bye bye.